Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope I am audible and also visible. So I'm Ridhi Lakra. I'm the host from POD,
Good morning,
and
everyone.
I would be assisting you for the session. And welcome, everyone. And I see a lot of students who are still entering. While we are here, we will just start with some polls to interact with the students. If you all can hear me, can you just say hi on the Q&A or raise your hands and show? Oh, yeah. Oh, great, great. So I think the seat is limited only to 500. So if anybody is not able to join, you can tell your friends that there's a live session also happening on the MentorCloud page. You all can join there. So let's start.
Now they're all posting on the Q&A. They can
Yes,
also post on the chat window, right?
yes, yes. They can do both the places, Ravi.
Perfect. Perfect.
So I think I see a lot of highs and hello here. So I think we'll just start the polls to understand what is your thought on today's session. So before I introduce the speakers, I also want to understand what background do you all guys come from? So there's a poll on your screen. If you all can answer it, um, what's your current background? So if you're from engineering, if you're from BCom, BBA, MBA, if it's engineering and non-CS, arts, humanities, other backgrounds. Can I quickly get the answers? I think only 40% of you have answered. Dr. Ravi and Ravi, you won't be able to see the poll on your screen. You can only see the question. So once the poll is ended, you can see the answers. Can I get more answers on this? This will help the speaker to understand what background you guys come from so that he can also help you. Ravi, who's here with us today, he'll help you to understand what kind of a company you can join, how to prepare resume for those kind of a company, and how to prepare for such interviews. So I think I'm pretty much got a lot of answers. Can I stop the poll or you still want to answer it?
Now we are not able to see the poll, but I'm assuming you will share the results.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
300. I think there are 100 students still remaining. If you all can answer quickly, you have to just click on the answer, whichever you want to choose. I think 77%. If I get 85%, I'll stop the poll. Some more, please. I think it's 80%. Try out this because this will be interesting. This is a very simple question. The next ones can be very interesting for you all. So I think I have received 81% kind of. So I'll just ending the poll here. Sharing the result on the screen. So it is like 65% they are from the other departments. They are not from the CSIT or they are not from the BCom. They are 5% are only from engineering non-CS. Computer science students are only 28% and BCom, BBA, MBA are like 2%. Good. So can I go with the next?
So we have a majority other. So I
Yes.
wonder what other really means. Not BCom, not engineering,
Yes.
not arts. So
I'll just
can
go with the next question.
okay.
So what confuses you the most about choosing a career domain? So is it like, I don't know the difference between the product, service, startup, or GCC companies? I'm not sure what skills are needed for each. I don't know how to switch between domains later. I'm confused about the long-term growth opportunities. All the above. Okay, I see. All the above is the maximum people are answering to it. Can I quickly get answers here? So I think a lot of students who are here attending today the session do not understand the difference between the product, service, startup, and GCC. And if somebody is already understanding, they are not sure how to develop the skills. There are people who are looking also for switching from domains. Okay, I'm confused on the long term. Okay, it's maximum all the above. So can I stop the poll? Can I get more answers here? It's only 70% of you have answered.
So I'm sure it will be very interesting for everybody to kind of listen to Ravi today, because all of the above is the highest.
Yes. I'm just ending the poll here. So it's like 71% say all the above. The all the above are like, I don't know the difference between the product, service, startup, or GCC. I'm not aware about what skills are needed for each. I don't know how to switch between domains later. I'm confused about the long-term growth opportunities. And some of them are not sure about it. That's like 14%, and 5% good that there are, I think, 15 people who are aware about don't know about the product, service, startup, GCC. Good. So I think here Ravi can help you today to understand that. I'm just going to the next question. Uh, Ravi, can you see the answers here?
Yes, Riddhi, I'm able to see.
Answers as well.
Yeah. I mean, not the live, but at least for the previous questions.
Okay. I'm not able to see anything now, actually.
Yeah, I don't know
So
what happened.
you can go to more and there you can click for polls.
No, I'm not able to launch actually. Dr. Ravi, can you do the launch for from below? There is a question called where do you see yourself?
I don't see any polls now. I don't know why. Let's see. Um,
Q&A polls, there are options below.
you have no starred polls or quizzes, it says. Webinar polls. No, it says
Okay.
all. Okay,
Let
which
me
one?
just
Okay, what is difference between product and this one? That one you want?
last below from the below third. Where do you see yourself starting your career?
Ah, perfect.
Can you
Okay.
launch it?
Uh,
Is there an option for you to launch?
no, I can't launch it.
Okay, I think we have a issue. So I will just start with the session. There are 3, 4 more questions which I'm not able to do it. I'm not able to launch actually. So I'll just introduce you to the today's moderator and the speaker. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Just give me a moment. I'm just adjusting my screen once.
Wonder why we can't launch it.
Can you all hear me? Yeah. So thank you so much everyone for joining. A warm welcome to everyone for a new session of Expert Talk. Today's session is also a part of Amritkal Mentors Movement, and it is championed by the MentorCloud to nurture India's next generation of leaders. And today we have the man who behind MentorCloud. He's the founder and the CEO, Dr. Ravishankar Gundlapalli, and he started this MentorCloud and the initiative of Amritkal Mentors. So he will be talking about what exactly is MentorCloud. And so to understand about Ravi Gundlapalli, he is also being featured on Forbes India, and he was selected by 200 companies spanning 1,100 plus countries. And he's also recognized as a thought leader on mentoring, author of the book of Art of Mentoring. And he has also given a TED talk at TED Vanguard Fellow at INK Inc. Future Maker. And he was featured there by the folks and HRB, the HBR, and some of the renowned other magazines. He was also part of, as a former supply chain innovator for the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. And he has worked with those teams, patented a lot of, and he's also the holder of hybrid transmission patents. And I'm sure, and a very interesting thing about him, if you all know Shrikant Bolla, he's a visually challenged uh, person who I think a lot of people might have seen him in the movies. So he has, in the similar, like how he has inspired him, he's a mentor for Shrikant Bolla. He has also inspired a lot of other audiences around the world, in 12 countries, I guess, and across the different continents. And he works in India and he works in different parts of the world. And today he is moderating the session. Uh, Thank you so much, Dr. Ravi, for joining us. And I hope this session will be a very interesting one. And over to you, Ravi, Dr. Ravi.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Riddhi. That was very generous introduction. But today is not about me. It's about our students across the country that have spent the Saturday morning to learn. So I'm joining all of you from Silicon Valley, USA. I mean, I'm an Indian at heart, and I launched the Amritkal Mentors movement as a way to reach all of you, to be able to connect you to experts from around the world, right? Whether you are in Vijayawada, which is where I come from, when I was going to school, I had no idea what I was going to do. So it needed a lot of networking, lot of mentorship, lot of inquiries, talking to people to really figure out how I made it from Vijayawada to Chennai to US, and now for the last 30 plus years I've been living in Silicon Valley. But the idea of the movement is to connect you. We have a long list of experts from all over the world, from economists in the World Bank to executives at Microsoft, Google and Meta and so many companies. They're all offering their time and expertise to connect with people like you. I have only one dream, that every student attending today, that you will take notes and you will talk about these talks, what you have learned in your interviews. Imagine you are interviewing me, I'm interviewing you. I want you to be able to say, I learned this from this speaker from Silicon Valley. I learned this from Ravi's talk on, you know, how to do a career map, because that is what impresses an interviewer. Because every one of you has a degree, everyone has some percentages. How will you differentiate yourself? How will you stand out? When I am interviewing for uh, for our teams, I'm always looking for the spark. How can somebody be different? And I'm hoping, regardless of where you are in India, whether you are in a tier 1 city like Mumbai, Delhi, and Chennai, or in the tier 4 city, you should be able to talk and really present yourself in a very sophisticated way, because India's demographic advantage is going to be the talent pool for the world. India is the only hope. And so, very, very glad to restart these talks today. And today's speaker is actually, my mentee for almost, I think 4 or 5 years now. So it gives me a lot of joy to see Ravi sharing his career journey, and share his insight with all of you. So Ravi's bio is amazing, because I the first time I met him was he was just getting started. And the fun fact about Ravi is he said he failed 13 SSB interviews. Shows how persistent he is, because failure means what? That means whatever you are expecting didn't happen. That means you learn and you try again. And his quote is beautiful: perfection is enemy of progress. None of us are perfect. Don't try for perfection. Focus on action. I think Ravi has worked with companies like NTT Data, BYJU's, or even in several government organizations and startups. And I think I see Ravi always saying yes. He's not afraid to put his efforts and hands into something, and really try it out. That's how we build skills. So having built product and ecosystems for the Indian government, he's really spent a lot of time on how to monetize India's digital public infrastructure, DPI. So very very glad to introduce my student, my mentee, and my friend Ravi Nadimpalli. So over to you, Ravi. I'm looking forward to your insights.
Thanks, sir. Thanks. So actually, I'm sitting here like maybe a decade older to other people here who are in the window, but otherwise, I mean, we all are in the same space, trying to figure out what we are good at and what we can contribute. And in the civilizational continuum, this is like I mean, we are a small part, and the world has seen many things, and greatest of things or worries or like achievements is none when there is a continuum of activities. Now, yeah, I mean, I'll just take some maybe 30 seconds to quickly cover what I have went through and what are my skill set right now, and then we can start, sir. So, yeah, I mean, while I was graduating from college and all, I was never thinking of any corporate career and all. I was always watching these armed forces movies, wanted to be in defense and all, and that didn't happen. I got a campus placement luckily, and that was in 2014. I joined an NTT Data in SAP Consulting. That's where I was doing a couple of volunteering activities, understood people better, who is helping, who is looking for ecosystem, thinking beyond them and all. And that's how somehow I got into the ecosystem of one of my mentors, Prasad Tipraju sir, through whom I got in touch with Dr. Ravi. So, I mean, he was my senior at NTT Data, and the kind of ecosystem they built, it's a school kind of environment. And luckily, when we are very clear and when we are meeting right people, asking them right questions, an ecosystem forms around you and you will manifest what you can do. And what Dr. Ravi also wanted to cover here is don't look for opportunities. Searching for a job is not a job, etc. You need to unleash what is hidden for you. And yeah, I mean, I can talk about the journey later after that. Now I am happy what I am doing. And one more anecdote I wanted to cover is we were on a talk with, we were on a call with some senior leadership from Indian Defense Forces. Even Dr. Ravi was on the call. And when they were talking about the information warfare, integrated warfare, and like the threat Clubhouse is having, and you can say Dr. Ravi saying, see, I sit in Silicon Valley, I can talk with the director of public policy of Clubhouse. So that is the kind of impact you can add when you just keep working on what you're doing. And yeah, I mean, we are end of the day just connecting dots and see what we can add value and all. Yeah. Yes, sir.
No, it's over to you. Just continue the presentation.
Okay, sir. Okay. So, okay, guys. So let me share my entire screen. So I wanted to keep this presentation uh, like any other conversation that you might have it in your home. Okay. So even I mean, you feel free to ask questions when you have any questions and all. Now, I mean, one is career insights, how the four GCCs or like startups or products or services work, and the other part is I mean, how we can leverage AI now so to be a better contributor to the ecosystem. So I agree, AI has a lot of hallucination, but it is individuals who hallucinate than AI. So we need to be very clear when we are asking questions. And also I thought I'll just go through this kind of. So I mean, I just gave it a simple insight like what to do. Yeah, I asked me some questions. I made my prompt so easily so that it asks me what all I need to fill. Now, see, I mean, end of the day, if I gave you an anecdote, right? How the value, what kind of value we could add by just doing good whatever we do. So Dr. Ravi is in Silicon Valley. He could connect people who are, I mean, the civil society connects we could drive together, and some initiatives that pulled off after that. So all this will happen when each of us become good at, I mean, at our own domain. Now, imagine how the modern warfare need. I'm leave the warfare part. For us to thrive, let's see what are the fastest booming companies in 2025. Okay, cybersecurity, AI. You can see Nvidia, e-commerce, health, and all, right? You can see Palantir. Palantir is like in US defense. Okay, end of the day, someone building for US defense and US government for 3 decades sitting silently, they are now in Fortune 500, and like they are on, I mean, they are everywhere. This is just an example. So whatever, take Notion. I guess most of you know Notion as a product. Uh, I mean, someone has just sat and built it for decades, and now you can see how we can leverage Notion in our own daily work, making our thoughts clear, storing the data clear, and all. Now, that is how you can map through your journeys and leverage the trends, so that I mean, you need not run behind every trend, but whatever you master with, pick one thing that can stay with you for longer, and that gives you a T-shaped career model, depth in something and horizontal breadth. Okay, that's how leaders can add value long term. Now, uh, before me getting into data and AI and look, I mean explaining the 4 categories. Let's see how the threats might look like in future. This is some Russian website covering US military concepts. You can see that it is hazy and all, but at least at a high level, you can see the kind of recently we have this Pahalgam incident and Operation Sindoor, right? So, and recently we had that in a, I mean, aeroplane crash as well. So you might be reading in news, aware of some part of it at a high level. Now with this much data, okay, how do you organize this and help in making decisions? You can play every part in the career. Like, I mean, it can be a business side, it can be a tech side. Yeah, I mean, it can be on the electric vehicle side, it can be on the consumer appliances side. Like, I mean, a fintech side, funding all these things. But at the end of the day, there is a data and AI layer there, and there are different companies that are enabling you. When you go to an ATM, like I mean ATM, the software that runs behind it or the machine that you see. So the life you are currently living now, there are many companies that are behind it, and there could be 4 kind of companies. Okay, uh, so I mean it can be product based, service based, and it can be a GCC or a startup. When we say product based, typically any Google, Microsoft that you see, or in fact, you can see this Google form also that you have filled, right? So you have an access like this, while the next person will, I mean, the person who has editing accesses, he will have some extra features which are built on top of the same form. You might have all used this form. So what goes behind the head of product manager while designing a small feature like this? Okay, in Zoom, suddenly you couldn't get the question. So is there anything that we can do around performance testing? Is there anything that we can do about which feature to launch first? When to say no? And all those comes when you are focusing on a product. Okay, so product in simple terms is build and sell, while service is sell and build. Now with age old front end, back end, the full stack development, sell and build makes sense. But the more and more you get into the meta layers, where the more and more you get into the models or algorithms, then you will always reuse whatever you have. So that's what Satya Nadella was saying. Future is not about software as a service, but service as a software, where you can have reusable components, which in terms will become a product. Okay, but leave that future part aside. At least for us, whichever job we get, like we all come from humble places. I have just created a map. See, this is the beauty of products. You can just extract all these details. I simply copied this one row, and based on your university, I'm able to point out where all you are coming from. Okay, now uh, coming from these humble places, like humble backgrounds, I understand that you may not start thinking on the Silicon Valley terms immediately, but over the decade, if you specialize on something, you will end up doing that, because people who are graduating in US, or like they are no different from what you are. And over the time, in 3 decades, definitely there are enough things that you can compete with them. Now, having those ecosystems right, support ecosystems for you, and you doing the right things, you having the right content to consume, right task to do, right dots to join is what needed, and that's in your hands. Okay, the takeaway of this talk is also about that. Like, what do you do in next few years? It's like nothing going to happen in 1 year or a 2 year. It is 3 decades of experience that got Dr. Ravi sir to bring us all together and get some things. Like, I mean, I'm giving you some bare basic things, but few in next talks you will be getting more insights from in depth of product, in depth of blockchain and finance, all those. Okay, at least this will give you a like, I mean, a opening thread for you to go and connect all those in future. Coming back to our products and services, product, you build something and assume thousands of users are going to use it as they like. They can point maps as they like. They can, I mean, why is a map not integrated with a traffic light? Okay, that can make your decisions better. These are generic problems that you're facing, right? But should we prioritize it or not? Who is going to pay for it? Product always comes from the value that the user is going to have, and is it viable for the business? Is the user going to pay, or at least through data economy, whatever data is giving you, can you capitalize on that data? Okay, viability, feasibility, is it technologically feasible now? Are there some other models that need to be researched? Some PhD student need to build that models, and then all of a sudden you have ChatGPT. Or, I mean, is it, what is the value you generate? Feasibility, viability, and usability. Is it easy to use? These, all these concepts make a product. If you can start with a product company or work in a product company for some time, you are totally in a different culture. You are in a different hustle altogether in terms of growth of your product with right bright minds. While there are other sort of companies which are service based, where you sell and build. So you have a specific requirement for a customer, from a customer. You will jot down what will be happening in next over 1 year. You will do through different phases. You will have all those scrum calls, daily meetings, and all those. And there you will come across multiple team members with different skill sets. You work together, sit with the client, do required customizations, and go ahead. Now, like, I mean, the kind of service companies you can see NTT Data, TCS, Infosys, every other company, mass recruiter. Now with AI, there is some issue with the services companies as well. But besides all the market issues, you staying, I mean, as a better resource is going to make the difference for you. Okay. Now, services company, you can join, like if you get an offer, and like once you join, the mindset you need to have there is take a pause, observe what is happening. There are lots of dynamics. Your managers are going to be someone coming from a mechanical shop floor, or someone who has seen the industry, who knows how to talk with the people. Now, you take a pause, observe what is happening in the industry. You will have a great opportunity to go and network with people across the kind of company. You can do POCs with multiple clients, and I mean, even Deloitte kind of consulting companies, Big Four, can also be called as services in a term, where, I mean, whoever can pay in thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, they come to such company for a large organization saying, build this product for us, build this, I mean, project for us. Now you are able to know, I mean, I at least got to know the problems of ExxonMobil. And while building for ExxonMobil, whatever SAP testing we were doing, that was consumed in 37 countries. And the best oil and gas resources. Being a mechanical engineer, I was fascinated seeing the, I mean, testing all the SAP systems, the level of work. So services companies, have their advantage. You can learn a lot. You will know how to work with individuals. You will find some good mentors. You can do a lot of POCs. Again, with the expertise you build, you can always come up with a product. So there are enough stories on LinkedIn. See, Ravi Nadimpalli is one person. You can go through LinkedIn. You will find every story is inspiring. And in fact, I currently work for AWONE. One of our co-founders, who is like a decade elder to me, he had his graduation from maybe a village. Graduated from Penugonda, which is in West Godavari district and near to highway. There is this Vasvi Kanyaka Parmeswara temple, if you know. So someone who studied his bachelor's in chemistry in Penugonda, then going to build products for UH United Health Group, and then like the kind of impact that you can have over 3 decades or like 4 decades by the time you retire is huge. Okay, that comes around what value you add consistently, what you learn. These services companies will definitely give you something. Now coming to GCCs versus startups. Now, GCC, like you can take Boeing as an example, or you take any large, banking, uh, retail, Amazon, all these. Okay, these might have their business anywhere in the world. Now, they put their research center in India, development center in India, uh, for people to build the technology that is consumed across the world. Okay, services company might be the GCC's clients, but working with GCC will also give you unique advantage. I mean, you will be working with the best industry's best talent. And for example, ExxonMobil, when I was discussing with you, the CEO of ExxonMobil in 2016 became the Secretary of State of US. So for me, it was an eye opener. I mean, we think defense, like I couldn't get into defense, but I'm working for a company where that person became the head of government in United States for Trump. So now, that is the kind of ecosystem GCC has with your expertise that you build with services products. Product is something that you can build even in your town or a village as well, right? End of the day, are you driving the user adoption? The amount of adoption you drive will make your career. Why I am proud that I'm a product manager. I can proudly say, like, I have increased the revenue for Whitehead Junior, which is like BYJU's FutureSchool, after all the other acquisitions by 15%. What did I do? We had around 1 crore of daily performance marketing. And I'm just giving them some numbers, okay, for just to put a placeholder. Now, the number of free trial class that were booked every day, the people joining for the free trial class were depending on a message or a WhatsApp or like an email. If there is no link, they can't join the meet, right? It can be one-to-one class. Now, similar to you, if you don't have WhatsApp, no one is sharing the link, you can't join. Okay, like there is YouTube where the video is hosted. If there is some issue there, you can't watch. Now setting up these systems so that people join in time and then the funnel goes well, and you will see the raise in revenue. And now, end of the day, helping the leadership in understanding, is the lead good or not? Is there any fault in conversion? Are we how many calls have went through? Are we having the right net promoter score, which is like are customers happy with whatever communication happening? Measuring all these things real time, I was able to add value. And in fact, our founder Karan Bajaj, in his book launch, he said, I remember you were the one who fixed all my leaks and top of funnel. I was so happy. Now, you all can also do at some point in your life. And the moment you do here, you will directly work with the best in the world, that I was pointing earlier to you. The former Secretary of State of US was once the CEO of a company where I was a normal guy as a fresher. Okay, but I'm just giving an example. Now, startups are at one more advantage for you, where you can hustle a lot. You will do everything in the world. Now you might box yourself. I'm a computer science engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'll do this and all. But once you go to startup, I am also I had to recruit some business analyst 2 years back. I did some, I screened through some 300, 500 resumes. I did some 50 interviews and then selected some three people. This happened during my break time, apart from my regular responsibilities, over a month. Okay. And then I handed over the product marketing effort to the newly hired business analysts. They were doing pretty good. I mean, one of them is now playing a very key role for one of the leading uh, organization in terms of in terms of the government work and all. Now, I mean, see, end of the day, you will get an opportunity to play every part when you're in startup. You will be a HR, you will be a product manager. Even if you start as a developer, the moment team realizes that this guy cares for the value generated to the customer, not to burden the customer, the usability is going to increase. I mean, if you actually build an app which is usable better, I mean, the good things about you and the bad things about you will be a market for. And I mean, at least from my end, I struggled for changing jobs earlier, 5 years back. That is the time when my mentor professor introduced me to Dr. Ravi as well. But now, the moment I say open to work on LinkedIn, within a maybe 2, 3 weeks or 1 month, I feel I can get a job, because at least there is my name in the market. You can see my LinkedIn as well. I have at least some 50, 40, 14,000 connects. Like, I'm trying to connect with everyone regularly, and that also got me a new look. Like, I'm also doing the sales part now. See, startup is giving you everything for you to build your good network, your specialization, the way you are known in the market. And end of the day, you doing good at startup, you can definitely play a leadership role at GCC. You can do well with products, of course. Now, there are, I mean, this is like a proper snake and ladder game. There are snakes, there are ladders. uh, Now, how do you do that better for you to standing out in your career is up to you, and that need not be a point to discuss right now in your early career. Okay. So searching for job is not a job, as Dr. Ravi wanted to say. Do whatever you can. And before, like, I mean, I know that I'm going lengthy. I'll try to end in next 2, 3 minutes. uh, Now, this is some old PPT I made. I just want to, I mean, I need not share the screen. You can see the people, right? These movies you have watched. uh, so there are some gaps in the society like that, you can definitely feel. Okay. I mean, you can just scan through it for some time. There are enough problems where you can fix those problems, and you can make revenue. Okay. Now, these things are around you. These things are around you. You can just go and build a usable product which might cater to construction companies around you in a village or in a semi town. Then put that in your GitHub. GitHub is what scores when your interviews. So there is nothing that stops you. Just keep working. You need not be again a computer science engineer. I mean, because now with AI, I will show you what app I have built using Lovable. So I started as a mechanical engineer. You can see this entire thing I have built just through code, and I haven't paid for Lovable, by the way. This is like every day, Lovable allows you to use 5 free prompts. I just ensured for 45 days that I won't misuse my five prompts. Okay. So I have built a agent studio. Now Laser.ai and all these are like big companies in US. But at least I now have some confidence that I can showcase something when I sit with a customer. I might be doing services as a software, and I might be learning now. At the end of the day, we are all individual trees. I am no great. I might not be doing the right things in right way, but end of the day, when we are building an ecosystem, I mean, the brick you set will help someone else. So yeah, I mean, let me not too much digress. That's where I want to take a pause, and maybe if Dr. Ravi wants to comment on few things, because his insights will be of more value.
Yeah, yeah. So again, there's a lot of content in what you presented. So Ravi, if you have to pick one mindset when you work for a product company, what would that be? Like one key characteristic in a product company.
I mean, the every hustle possible, every all directions towards driving value to customer, and I mean making it viable for business.
Good. So when you're building a product, you want to make sure that the end user gets value. And you
Mm,
also talked about how it's important whether because you don't want to keep on building product features without thinking will the if the users if the users will get value and if that feature can be monetized. So
exactly.
product building has to be extremely strategic because otherwise there's no point keep on building something when it's not going to add value to the user and if you're not able to monetize. Very
Mm.
good. Now, when you work for a company like TCS or Infosys or Cognizant or Persistent Systems, what do you think or should the students be talking about in terms of their skills?
uh, I mean, their delivery to the customer becomes very important. And for meeting the delivery to the customer, whatever you can contribute, you have to fix machines, do that. I mean, you want to create virtual machines, do that. Like, I mean, that might not be your job, but do that. You will learn a lot of things. You will learn IT, you will learn, you will do regular SAP or whatever work you work on also. And because it's like a complete ecosystem, I I volunteered for something. Like, I mean, I saw, I mean, I'll take some 20 seconds here, sir. So we were, I mean, 20, 30 people used to join together. We also joined as a batch and we were having our early morning breakfast. I found some senior person who comes from GE Engines, retired in GE Engines. He was walking around and he was scolding people for throwing dust here and there. Now, because other people are like, I mean, some other company peoples are scolding him like he's an elder person. I was there, like my friends were there. Then I started working with him, and then came to know he's from GE Engines, and like I was amazed because LCA Tejas and all use GE Engines and all. So I was asking him more, being a mechanical guy, and he said, "See, end of the day, you will do well in career. You can do from India also. You need not always go to US. But I mean, do one help for me. I clean this lake. Help me find people to clean this lake." That's Durgam Cheru Lake kind of. That's where I went desk to desk in NTT Data. I mean, will you volunteer? No one is ready to volunteer because that sounds, the smell itself is very bad. Now that's when I got directed to Prasad sir. And I mean, I saw 40 people coming and none of them whom I know. And everyone is a decade or 2 decade elder to me. They are like jumping, like, I mean, they are on the lake cleaning and we see every random thing there. Like, I mean, Balganga Tilak has launched Ganesh Chaturthi for one reason. Now we pack everything in a pack and like throw it in a lake. Now cleaning all those after 1 year, like all the dust and senior leadership from organizations doing it, that giving me an opportunity to know, okay, there is something called analytics because I met the head of predictive analytics who is coming and cleaning them. So all this ecosystem, be it learning on your job on the skill or knowing how the industry works, having good mentors can happen at service based companies.
Very nice. In fact, one of the things that I think you're mentioning it is, you know, success in career is not just about programming or doing project, but success as an individual. Like you are involved in a project that is related to cleaning lakes. So because when we look for candidates, we look for leaders, people who are willing to do whatever it takes to create a healthy, you know, healthy workplace and healthy environment and so on. So don't say this is not my job. Early in your career, take whatever comes your way and show leadership, show initiative, right? So if I look back at my career, everything happened because I was open and I was curious. Anytime something new comes up, I would say I want to learn more. So excellent example of volunteering to solve a real problem. In the process, get close to this, the senior leaders. In fact, if you want to find mentors, you should go to some organizations and volunteer there because a lot of executives come there to volunteer. That's a great place to network. Also, great place to show your personality that you are willing to spend time on a specific cause. So I met most of my mentors when I volunteer at various non-profits. you know, so right now, early in your career, use every opportunity to mingle with people, to connect with people. From what Ravi is saying, he met, director of analytics, the GE engines person, all because he was not sitting in a desk and just waiting for things. He's out there. So today's world requires you to network. So very good. Tell me about this. You talked about startups. If any of the students on the call today, as part of their job search, if they find a startup, I think you talk about how you can hustle and learn so many things,
Hmm.
because startups and everything is unstructured, right?
Hmm.
Do you have a story? Have you worked for a startup, Ravi?
Yes, sir. I mean, a lot of my journey was in startups. So after
Mm.
NTT Data, I joined a think tank, a small team that started in IIT Delhi that went on to become a university, Rishud, where you also have visited. So, the way we as a small team could hustle, and we were some 24, 25-year-old guys, 23 to 25-year-old guys, we were organizing policy bootcamp, which is like 150 students coming. And they were also paying, like we had to cover because no one is paying, giving us, funding us. We had to bear our expenses through the fees they paid. So, 150 people paying a big amount. I never knew that that's a great edtech story. We just did whatever needed because we want to run the show. Now, after policy boot camp, they did good governance yatra, and then multiple other things happened. I at least started a public policy program for executives. So that was one journey, and then coming to the edtech space, joining White Hat Junior, seeing that, and in this gap, I actually went around Hyderabad, partnered with some 20 colleges on some project and these engagements. Now, there are multiple hustles in the startup phase, and after at least last 3 years, I'm into e-commerce, cybersecurity, law enforcement, startups itself. Right now, I'm working with a startup which is around data and AI solutions.
So, for all the students who are listening today, when basically startups will give you so many opportunities, and there is constant evolution of what you are doing. It is the fastest way to learn a lot. So if you get an opportunity to work for a startup, you should not say I only will work for Infosys or I only work for GE. Take anything, because you can. If you don't like it, you can always change. But being open, I think so. There was somebody asked a question. I think Hema Durga asked, what skills are needed to get this job for a degree final year student. I would say, when I interview people, and I'm sure Ravi, you can add to it. I see how honest you are, how hardworking you are, what have you done, do you have some good stories. It need not be because we know you are a new graduate. We know you don't have work experience, but what have you done outside college? Did you go and volunteer at an event in your town? Did you actually teach younger students? Did you donate blood during a medical camp? We look for good people. So to answer to the first question is, what skills are needed? Be good and demonstrate it, because we know when we hire you as a fresh employee, we are going to train you. We are going to give you all the training required for the product or the project, but what we cannot train you on is your attitude. So show that that you are enthusiastic, show you that you're honest, show that you don't sit at home and just watch cricket and IPL. Now, one thing to all of you on the call. Now, I'm much older than all of you, but I can tell you, your time between now till age 30, your 20s is your golden era. There is a TED talk actually on this topic. Your 20s is your golden era. If you waste now, if you start watching cricket or going to movies or whatever, your rest of your life, your career will be very hard. So the next few years, invest in yourself. I mean, all of you know, when you watch a cricket match, somebody else is making more money than you. You're actually losing money. Now, I'm not against cricket. You can watch it. Nothing wrong with it. But don't spend all the hours on it. Same thing when you're watching a movie or when you're watching cricket, Somebody else is making money, not you. Just remember that simple fact. In 20s, invest in yourself. Like somebody asked, should they learn Python or Java? Learn both. Learn both. I mean, comparatively, Ravi, what do you think, Python or Java?
I mean, both have its own functionality, sir. End of the day, we need to specialize on one thing. Both has good opportunities. Now, I mean, I'll just take some next 30 seconds, sir. So, I mean, finding job for someone like in India, like coming from remote places, sitting in Amarpet learning. So, I mean, one has to cross the heap. Once he crosses the heap, the first job finding and everything will become much easy. So, might be an IIT person and all, they have crossed the heap much early. But for normal people, I mean, one can learn anything anywhere, start working on projects. The moment we showcase our projects, we, I mean, we put it to multiple people, reach out to people, and then someone will give an opportunity. It can be unpaid opportunity, work with them. So the moment you start adding value, maybe in 2 3 years you'll start having a great career which other people won't have. Maybe even an IIT person going and working with a services company will not have the value that you created within for first 2 3 years. And the other question was what a degree person can do. Again, degree person can also always be part of some startup. Tech is something, there is a clear way towards growth. Non-tech roles, at least, I mean, again, startups are the only way at least we can get into some value creation and then showcase something. So maybe you have to join right people, right teams, create the value.
Perfect. So Ravi, I think you come from a very small town, Andhra Pradesh, right? From Bhimavaram, if I remember.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Walk the for the last. This was in 2014. So for the 11 years, just very quickly tell the users your journey from Bhimavaram to where you are today. All the different career hops. So
Yes, sir.
I remember you said you got an on-campus placement.
That was lucky, sir. But me clearing interview with NTT Data was something very easy because I was preparing for SSB interviews right from my 12th. So that way I was always in a like, I mean, I might have failed in 5 6 interviews while doing my graduation only, and in fourth year at least this became very easy. But I mean, uh, what gave me advantage is the sports, playing sports early, and then seeing the hard things around India. Like travel. By the time I completed BTech, at least I have traveled well. So I have lost. Like, I mean, I was not like every other person there. So that lead that I had in the run continued after that. So I mean, that's what I want to put here, sir. But I mean, after that 11 years, definitely 3 years at NTT Data, then 3 years in government as a level 2 person. Then coming back to startup world, doing well here, going back to again government related work, which is in my favorite domain, law enforcement and all, where I was leading things. Now again, finding this niche domain into AI and building products here. Yeah, having some clarity now. This is where I am.
Very good. So again, all of you are asking some very interesting questions. Is number one, don't think your degree, because not every college degree is going to give you all the employable skills, because in India especially you have the IITs and the NITs, and then you have tier 2 tier 3 colleges. So wherever you are, today you are so lucky that you have AI tools, Chat GPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, Grok, so many tools, and YouTube has infinite amount of data, lot of things. It is up to you to keep learning. If I were you right now, I would just make a habit every day for 2 hours. I'm going to learn something new, learn a new skill. And I'm telling you, sitting in Silicon Valley right now, AI is going to make your job search even more difficult. All the basic jobs will go away eventually. It is a fundamental shift that's going to happen. So all of you should learn, how you can use the AI tools to deliver essentially value to your customers. So get familiar with all the AI tools. There's so many free courses. Okay, don't just sit and say I have a degree, somebody give me a job. That will not work. You have to network. You have to look at your uncles, your aunts, your friends, your neighbors, your alumni. Go on LinkedIn and reach out to them and increase your network. Today I was actually listening to one of the top VCs in Silicon Valley. He got his first job, first internship from somebody who went to a yoga class with his dad. So he asked his dad, "Dad, can you help?" And then his dad was in a yoga class with somebody else, and he said, "Go meet that person." And this person is the top VC in Silicon Valley. But the first job happened through through his dad, knew somebody else. So one advice to all of you is network actively, increase the number of people that you know, and talk to them. How did you get your job? What skills are you using? So that is how, whatever you are learning, use it in your interviews. Okay. um, so I think this was a very good, I think, down to earth, Ravi. The way you described is that career is never a straight line,
Yes,
never
sir.
a straight line, and it is not for anybody in this world. Even for Mr. Narayan Murthy, it was not so. You make the career based on your efforts, based on your seriousness, and how much time you invest in learning. Learning is earning. There is no secret. You don't have to go to IITs. Satya Nadella did not go to IIT, right? So many people in the world who are successful did not go to IITs. Don't worry about it. Work, in the ecosystem that Ravi was talking about. Do your best. Learn. Don't waste time. I told you, 20s is your golden era. The moment you come to 30s, then you'll start families, and then you'll be behind everybody else. So if there is one advice, once again, because I'm elder to all of you, I can say this: you make the best out of your 20s. Have fun. When I was going to IIT Madras, I had fun too, but I spent majority of my time learning, networking, and doing projects that are outside my college. Like I used to volunteer at this organization called Speak McKay. In Vijayawada, when I was in high school, I was a volunteer for the Krishna Pushkarams. Any possibility, it will build your character, it will build your personality, and you will have a story to tell. When we interview, we look for those stories. If some of you come and said, "Oh, sir, I was volunteer at this Pushkarams, or I went to the blood bank, or recently this happened in my town, so I was there to help out." That's the kind of stories that tell us that you are a go-getter. You don't sit at home and watch TV. You are taking whatever project comes your way and contributing, and that shapes your personality. So, Ravi, any final thoughts to all the students who have come from so many parts in India? What are your final thoughts before you wrap up?
I mean, future is about talent and AI convergence, sir. And how do we work with AI better? Maybe if I had the summary notes of this Zoom meeting, I would have put it here, and like immediately we would have a presentation kind of. So at least when the team asked me for a deck, I was thinking of this. But at least, yeah, I mean, uh, like you can create a video, you can create a movie. Future is what you imagine. I mean, someone will publish a book, and then after 2 3 decades, it will become an industry. It's all about our imagination. As we walk on street, we should think, why can't I get that CCTV footage in my phone? All these things, like, I mean, how do roles and access can play better? It's all about imagination.
It's all about imagination. It's all about effort, and wherever you are, there are opportunities around you. You can be in a small village, you can be in a small town, and you can be from any college. Look for opportunities. They don't come to you. In my last 50 years, nobody came to my door and said, "Ravi, here's a job." never happens. You go for it. You go for it. When you are young, your parents will give you the food in a nice plate and give it to you. In job, that doesn't happen. You have to be out there. You have to network, like I said. And I wish you all the very best. And we will share the recording of this. But key takeaway for me, just listening to you, Ravi, is just hustle. You went from an on-campus placement to cleaning lakes to working for the government, which became a university, and now you are a product manager. Whatever it comes, do well, do it well, just do it well. And
Yes, sir.
early in life, if you really do, if you really love what you do, eventually you'll be able to do what you love. Don't say I'll only do this. It never happens. First 10 years of your career, whatever comes your way, do a good job.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with that, Ravi, thank you so much. Really, that was very interesting, very straightforward, straight from the heart. No fluff, no nothing. This is how it is, and a very good story of how you built your career. Wish everybody the very best, and we have more talks coming in the future. So we'll see you all very soon. Okay. Riddhi, back to you. Is there a survey poll you want to run?
Yes, sure, sure. So I have a little survey. Now we can understand after listening to Ravi, what is the thing. So I'm just sharing one interesting poll. So have you ever considered working in a startup or a building? Just one second. Not. So now after listening to this, what do you think? Maybe later in my career. Okay. So earlier we had a little problem. I had not ended the poll, so that's the reason we were
That's
not
why I
able
could
to
launch
launch
it.
it. I am serious considering it. Okay, maybe later in career. No, I prefer stable environment. Yes, I have already started something. Oh, there's one
Nice,
positive answer.
congratulations. Very cool. It's almost 50-50 between considering it and later in the career.
I think the session was really interesting, and I think this is so amazing to listen to Ravi, that how he started his career, and you sharing your insights about how you worked in a like different organization. And as Dr. Ravi said, it was like a hustle. So you have been doing for like past so many years, and I think this will be an inspiration for a lot of the students here, because a lot of students do struggle. They do get campus hiring, they start working, but then in between they just go somewhere that I'm not getting a job. There might be a AI thing which is coming up. There might be some other technology which is coming up. And as Dr. Ravi said, you have to learn everything. That is very important, because there's AI, there is in future, there's after some time there might be something else also. So I think we have to be ready for each and every new technology which is coming up. Be ready with that, learn bits and pieces of bits of in the beginning, and then maybe if you want to get expert in that, take a full kind of a course in that. So I think we have the answers here. I'm just ending the poll.
Nice.
I think everybody can see it. So it's like maybe later in the career they will do it. Yes, I'm serious considering it. No, I prefer stable environments. Okay, there are still people who want stable environment. Nice. Some people are not sure. Yes, I have already started it. I think we should talk to these 5 people.
Yes, yes. See what they're doing. Find a good mentor.
Yes. Uh, There's one last thing. So after today's session, which of these would you like to explore more? Resume building or for product or startup roles, interview questions for product and tech companies, how to make domain shift, example service to product, something like that. Or if somebody wants to look a career into government tech career pathway, or somebody personal building a learning roadmap. If any of these, so we'll just save this up for the next coming sessions, and this will become a insight for us also, Dr. Ravi, that and Ayushi, my team member, who is also listening to us. So I think she'll also keep a note. Something how to help us make resume for such kind of a role. And Ravi, I think you can also help us in the future to know like how to make a resume for entering into a product or a startup company, and also preparing for the interview. That is like a very I mean, that's a hectic thing. We all have gone through it, but each time over the time have it has changed, I think. And the kind of interview questions we used to get earlier, and now the kind of questions or the series of interviews we go through, it's very different. So I think we all can get help from here. The experts are already there. So nice, thank you so much. And I think I'm just ending the poll here. I'll just show Ravi also. Ravi, can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, both of us are Ravis here. So I think lot of demand for building a personal learning roadmap. That's amazing. So we'll find a speaker for that one. That's very, very important. Um, and you know, imagine when you want to go on a vacation, right? You have a destination in mind. I want to go to Ooty, or I want to go to, you know, Simla or something. Then you start working backwards. You need to book your tickets, you need to get your hotel bookings, you need to know where to eat, and if you're going abroad, you need foreign currency. A road mapping is done like that. You want to imagine yourself where you want to be. I want to be a product manager, I want to be a project manager, I want to be a consultant, or I want to be in a startup, and then work backwards. So, really just come up with with a destination, and then walk backwards, and of course, talk to people.
Yes. So I think we can end the session. I would really like to thank, on behalf of the pod team pod, a heartfelt thank you to Ravi RS Nadimpalli. I'm just taking your full name, and really for sharing your candid journey and all these actionable insights. You just went on the chat GPT showing everything. This is how, and your screen was like a very basic thing. This is how students should actually research. So thank you so much. And also, thank you so much, Dr. Ravishankar Gundlapalli, for moderating the session and giving small insights from all the discussions. And also, because you are a mentor to Ravi, so you know him and the kind of inputs he shared, and you have done a very incredible job. Thank you so much, Ravi. And to all the students who joined here, we hope you now feel empowered and understand the differences about these careers. And I think you'll have a better choice now. And you can, I think, Ravi, would you like to connect with the students on LinkedIn maybe?
Of course, of course.
Yes,
Both
so
of us.
both Dr. Ravi and Ravi is available on LinkedIn. You can always tag them, ask questions to them, connect them on their LinkedIn, and any kind of questions you can share with them, and understand what career you can choose. And thank you so much, everyone. I would just say stay ambitious and stay adaptive to any kind of environment you think about working. And keep listening to future coming of a lot of other sessions which is coming up. And thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thanks everyone.
Okay, how do you stop it?
Just leave